So Steve and I came out here to the middle of the Southern California desert. We're kind of like, I don't know, maybe 20-30 miles outside of Ridgecrest. And he is taking me gold prospecting, metal detecting out here onto a claim that he belongs with. So we're gonna have our luck at metal detecting, doing some dry washing, and seeing if we could come back with any gold nuggets, any gold that we find out here in these here hills. So stick around, see what we find.
Kind of like that, and you could maybe pick up a piece of gold. Very not that often at all. And the biggest reason is because placer gold is so small, you're probably not going to see a flake of gold.
Yeah.
And it's all dirty, so everything needs to get a little bit wet to brighten up and see what exactly is going on. But I'll put it in here. And then your gold monster, where's that at? So I threw that all right there. So if there's anything big in it, we'll find it. I don't expect there to be, but I don't have my scoop. I think there's one in the back. Sounds like a hot rock to me. Probably that. But rocks that big would scream, so we could rule out that there's gold there. So now, so because there's clay in here, a lot of the clay will stick together, so I put jet dry in here. That's why there's bubbles.
Oh, okay.
And it breaks down the surfactant of makes the water thinner. How muddy that is. So if I'm really trying to conserve water, I won't do this, but I'll do this. So whatever's heavy should be on the bottom of that pan right now, so I'm not terribly worried about losing something. So as we pan, the heavy stuff will fall to the bottom. That'll be the black sand and any gold. So the more material I get rid of, you'll see that we'll start to see a lot of black sand.
Oh yeah.
Nice to have the sun. Sometimes I already see gold, which is nice, but I don't see anything right now.
Oh, I see something. I feel like I do at the very top.
Like
Unless it's just the glistening of the sun.
It could be all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes the gold just doesn't show until the very, very, very end. And in this case, you may not have any gold at all. Which means, you know, half that stuff I ran was the stuff closer to the dry washer. I didn't start running the collapse stuff until later. Okay, I see microscopic gold. We're looking for flakes is what we want. There's a little flake. This process can take a little while. Will that work for that?
Mm-hmm. That one flake.
Oop, actually went away. So there's, I don't even know if it's worth putting in a snuffer bottle.
Super tiny.
But that guy, and then there's like 2 microscopic pieces right there. And then there's one there. Kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, we need to probably, you know, run different material.
Yeah. So one of these buckets is a redig of all of our tailings, just to see if we got all of the gold out of the tailings. And then the other bucket is from a brand new dig. So then we'll see if the new area that we dug has any good gold. So we moved to the other side of the highway into this mountain in the valley below. So Steve is out here somewhere metal detecting, and I'm using his metal detector. So what we're doing, I'm using this machine here. It's a mine lab. It's kind of like a gold picker. So if you look at how small that coil is, it's really good at detecting the itty bitty tiny pieces. So as you're moving along, it may hit on some of these rocks because of the minerals in the rocks and the iron in the rocks. And so it's learning how to distinguish the tones of the machine to have the sound. So let's see if we can get it to tone for you the way that we want to hear it. So you hear that? It's not necessarily the sound that we want, because the other indicators on this, if it heads over to the left, then it's kind of, it's one of the rocks that we want. If it heads over to the right, you see there's like a little picture of a gold bar. So that's what we want. We want this little dial to move over to the right. But then what also sets it off is iron. So far, this is what I have collected today. Let's see. A whole bunch of iron. Let me take the lid off. So, some iron casings, a bunch of little pellets, little iron scraps. There's a bullet right there as well. So far this is what I've collected off of the desert floor. So some of these little itty bitty tiny iron shards can set it off. So I'm trying to discriminate between these little itty bitty tiny iron shards and gold. So the area that I'm specifically looking at with this machine is the tailings of other prospectors that have used potentially a dry wash. So if we look in this area, see there's like a lot of finer dirt here, and then there's a lot of bigger rocks over here. So there's an indication that someone may have set up a dry wash right here, moved the bigger rocks to one side and the tailings to the other. So it's tailings. Maybe I can find something that a dry wash didn't pick up. So that's the goal.
We're kind of on broken bedrock right here. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I'm gonna say it's right here. Oh, Jesus, look at that. Is that gold?
Is that it?
I don't know. Nope. Ah! No, we're not even looking at the meter or anything. Huh. My eyes are getting bad. I don't know what I'm looking
I'm not
at.
seeing anything.
That's how crazy this metal detector is. None of us can see anything. Jesus. Seriously? Are you kidding me? You're kidding me.
There, that piece of iron. That's what we dug up.
And my metal detector is hearing that. It's crazy.
Yeah. So a tiny little scrap. Is that setting it off? So what did you find right now?
Well, since we've been out of the car, all this.
Uh-huh.
And a couple of big pieces in my pocket.
And then there's the gold that Steve found. There it is.
And a boot tack.
Nice little picker.
Old boot tack. Yeah, probably.
Very cool.
Yeah. It's just a little ball.
Yeah.
Little
Which is
ball
the same, which is actually bigger than the little balls that I've been finding, the little iron ones.
Yeah, look at that. It's crazy.
Yep. It's the same size that I've been finding.
And they sound identical.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my lips are burning.
Very cool.
Well, that was